Food is super common in Filipino households, but unfortunately, so is food insecurity. There's this trait in Filipino culture called hiya, or shame. It's the idea that our individual actions represent our family's or culture's values. It's the same reason why we don't talk about mental health or money, because Filipinos don't like asking for help. And according to studies in Hawaii and Nevada, about 1/3 of Filipino Americans struggle with food insecurity, which is the lack of proper resources to buy an adequate amount of food. And now with an ongoing pandemic, basic needs are not guaranteed, not for frontliners, business owners, and especially not for the most at risk of our community. So how can we combat a problem if we're too hiya to talk about it? And how can we sustain our failing small businesses while feeding our hungry? The Filipino cultural districts have been working towards this solution. Filipinos Feed the Frontlines.
There was no one I could really ask for help. We had regulars on certain days that we could count on. Stay-at-home orders hit, that all dried up. All the businesses around us, there's 2 schools by us, right? Teachers stopped coming to us. And so what now? Who do we open for?
As a catering company, there's no music festivals, there's no outside lands, there's no holiday parties.
Our savings account by the week was dwindling down because we had rent, we had our car payments. We didn't qualify for unemployment for at least, I think, a month and a half. You don't know if you're ever going to survive through a tough situation until you're pushed to the limits. And we were pushed to really far down at the bottom of the pit.
Little Manila was actually home to the largest population of Filipinos outside of the Philippines at one point. And unfortunately, it was torn down. This year, they demolished one of the last 3 remaining buildings, so now there's only 2.
And what we're fearful of is there's not too many other people standing up with us to help our community. Filipinos Feed the Frontline threw a lifeline to our company, and that was able to, pay our rent, pay all of our outstanding balances, our debt that we had to pay.
Being a part of this work is much larger than just a food distribution.
It's almost like this vacuum of culture if we allow these businesses to fail.
And the community at large can help by donating to Filipinos Feed the Frontlines.
We created a platform in Filipinos Feed the Frontlines where we would raise awareness, collect donations, help to stabilize some of these food partners by providing them some additional income. Also partnering with local nonprofits to make sure that these meals got to those who really need it. Essential frontline workers, senior citizens, and other underprivileged groups in need.
We want to inspire others. Know that you don't need to be filthy rich. Whatever you can afford to give, on the other side, they're going to appreciate it.
We can't do this alone. We need our people at this time. We need people to show up because it takes a movement.
Our moms show us love when they ask, "Kumain ka na?" But we can extend this question and love to our community. Show your love by visiting FilipinosFeedTheFrontlines.org. In less than a year, we've provided meals for over 13,000 people throughout California and worked to secure 14 restaurants. With your help, we can continue this work to serve those who are struggling in silence. Together, we can feed our bayanihan.